respected guest of honor, Sri Ramchandra, Sri Ramchandra, Ramchandramurthy. I am sorry, your name is very familiar, and I am advisor of your role in the state of Telangana and Andhra. Very prominent journalist, senior journalist. He is also guru of many journalists, and that is also one part of his life. But other part of his life is a sincere, honest, and perspective journalist. And this is very essential for any uh, person to be introduced from the perspective of his life and role for the transformation of the society. Such a noble journalist, I admire for 2 years in the Telangana. One is Ramchandramurthy garu, another is Srinivas garu, K. Srinivas garu. They are actually playing very significant role in the molding the opinion of the state I am particularly using. State is an institution and the governance is the another politics. But for these people in recent times, even before and after Telangana, and during the Telangana, and we would have not learned what we are supposed to be, what we are ought to be. You are all lucky who are here to listen to such a great noble journalist, senior journalist, and who have perspective of writing from the point of view of the people and for the justification of policies and programs of the state and its impact. So I am very happy to be with him on this dais after so many years. And is whom he trained, like Chakrapani is also very close to Nanda Chakrapani. And Venkata Ramana, he used to tell me Ramana is a senior journalist. He was working with the sir. He was close friend of mine. He used to speak about sir so much. And another important person within the university, though I am little senior to my brother friend, colleague, Chenna Basway Professor Chenna Basway, former director of ISSR, and very sincere, serious scholar and professor and of this university. And he never used to speak openly with many others, but he was very calm, quiet, friendly. And since he's coming to the university, I used to observe him from distance because he was with a group. He was with a group of progressive left background. And this is very beginning. I was also in my student days used to, after George Reddy in 1974, 76 and up to 80, I was in this university as a student, scholar and all that. And I was also as a young student, 69, 70 agitation, school days, we actively participated in the 69 Telangana movement. And subsequently, you know that there are various movements in this state particularly, but this state is actually, and people of this state, very familiar and famous in the, not only in the country, but also internationally for their struggles of peasant movement and Naxalite movement and caste, Dalit, and even because of the Ambedkar, Dalit movements and all that. So we have seen all the movements of the state. I am very lucky to be in this era, to be and work as a teacher and as a student here. This is my luck. And I was closely watching what is happening. And Chenna Baswaya is ideologically similar to me, but not actually as apparently as active for others, but intellectually is very active. And he will not make things to appear, but he believes what is sincerity, what is objectivity. I will tell one example about him. A few intellectuals, academicians of the state, invited for once in a BC commission meeting. I didn't know who are actually there. I went little late. He was there and few of our friends are also there. And discussion was going on, but it was irrelevant, continuously for long. Nobody is interfering. You all know that I am known for that to stop it. And I interfered. And I spoke what is actually relevant, as I understand. And the people were actually astonished that what I am actually speaking. But finally, he gave a judgment, and he is right. Why don't we listen? That should be the spirit of any scholar and teacher. Whatever may be your background, that objectivity is very important. And what is relevant in a context is very important. And the students, first of all, they should actually shape their character and career, not even character. Nobody spoke about the character. Even Gandhi did not speak about the character. Nehru did not speak about the character. I am not saying that there should not be character for the people. But what I wanted, I am not going into that discussion. But they should have the perspective. Unless you have a perspective, you cannot shape your thought process and your mind and your life purpose of living. And what is your role to be done in the society to be effective. That is actually very much required. So I have actually having a close opportunity of talking to them. Chennabasaya is a very popular teacher and respected teacher and among the scholars and teachers. And with this, I wanted to come just 1 or 2 minutes I will close. And I will talk about it. What is actually reconstruction of Telangana state emerging issues, policy interventions and development perspectives. In fact, I am actually very much confused when I saw this actually dropped theme of the seminar. And I didn't understand, just I have saw the title, I am not able to get it. And it is, I think, I did not doubt who has written it. But yesterday night I took the print, not print, by phone I saw, this is actually very abstract and conceptually not correct. Even today, luckily, Srinivas, he has inaugurated Minister Srinivas Reddy, and I am very lucky that even Mr. Ganesh, Professor Ganesh, he has actually rightly presented the objective of the seminar. Objective of the seminar rightly presented. What is to be done for the future of the Telangana? Isn't? He has specifically identified the goals of the present government and towards his accountability and the justification of the government for towards the society. That actually, what are the goals to be? He has mentioned it. In the last part only that comes development prospects. But conceptually, this title, I examined, but seen it. But reconstruction of Telangana state, reconstruction. I wanted to present here a few points. See, this reconstruction meaning is rebuilding. And he has written the notes historically. That too 1700, 1800, 1900. And the history of Telangana is actually years of suffering of the Telangana. History of the Telangana is actually, I just in introduction, I told that no point of in the human history, this society, particularly Telangana society, so much suffered than any other. In the world, no other society has not suffered, including, I think, maybe in Africa, but not in other civilized countries. Telangana armed struggle, I have seen it. When I was in the village, women of community belongs to SC, STs, Lambadas or SC women. Lambadas used to come with some firewood, this much of, with food. They wanted to take 10 NP, 15 NP, 25 NPs in those days. Take some foodstuffs to the home. 10 kilometers away they used to walk. They used to come and here sell that. But women of belongs to scheduled caste, in May summer, she used to gather the, what I mean, మట్టి పొలాలల్లో మట్టిని గ్యాదర్ చేసి ఆమె ఒక అర కేజీ హాఫ్ కేజీ ప్యాడీ తీసుకోపోవడానికి ట్రై చేస్తుండే. కడుపును చూస్తేప్పుడు నేను నేను 10-12 ఉన్నప్పుడు చూస్తున్నాను. ఈమె ఈపు తలుగుతుండే. స్టమక్ యూస్ టు గో అట్ ద బ్యాక్ తలుగుతుండే. నీళ్లు లేని ఎండల మేళ అప్ టు 5 వరకు చేస్తుండే. దట్ కైండ్ ఆఫ్ లైఫ్ ఐ హ్యావ్ సీన్. And I was actually thinking, what is this and all. Another thing is that actually in 69-70, there was a lot of feudal petandari in the villages. My village is dominated by dominant zamindars, and particularly upper caste. And we too have no freedom to talk about what it is. But that is actually, that was the conditions. But earlier there was a Telangana peasant struggle. The peasant struggle, the labor class women with their rifles and sickles, lathis, they fought against the feudals. They fought against the Radhakars. And even now many times they come in the newspapers. Luckily our journalists so honest, they try to in the books, titles, they print it. But nobody speaks about that actually sacrifice they did and the inspiration they had, the fighting spirit they had. They lived for cause of justice. Nobody will speak. Unfortunately, people like us, because of their sacrifices, and we entered into the university. And most of the people, those who entered into the universities, like people belong to our background, my background, and some other weaker background, they are actually adopting the techniques and ideologies of dominant sections to perceive it for their own advantages. And they are not actually trying to speak about what has happened in the history, what is actually supposed to happen at that time, and what will be our future program by agenda for the various sections of the suffering society, suffering classes, suffering castes, and women, justice, Adivasis, SC, ST, BC, minorities, and even poor among the upper caste. I have seen some good dimension of the upper caste also. There are good people, honest people among the upper caste. They were uncared, disrespected. But the point here is, this drop to reconstruction, the meaning itself, any common understanding is that rebuilding. The meaning is rebuilding of what? What is already built, you have to build it again. What is already built, you have to build it again. That means you wanted to build the conditions in which this greatest people, many people illiterate, but they are human beings. Hard workers, but they are not greedy. They ask only what they did. But that landlord, that kind of system, they never actually gave what they did for them. Even half they never used to give. The same day or weekday, within weekdays they never used to give. For 1 month, 2 months, they used to pay. Sometimes they may not pay at all, but they used to beg for the Gadka Ganji. That was actually the condition. Are we going to build that kind of socio-economic political conditions and culture in this era? Luckily, Kodan Ram and our Ganesh, our minister, really great, I salute them. 3 of them, they presented what is actually supposed to be the focus of education. First, primary education, secondary, all kinds of education. It has to be redesigned. There should be a good organization. Future, our organization is supposed to, we have to do something that we have to have the perspective that we have to have a perspective to build the new society, new order, a justice for all, and gender justice, SC, BC, all justice for all and common understanding for all, mutual respect for all. That is a future society supposed to be like that. But unfortunately, this is actually misconceived idea. This reconstruction of fast is all suffering, particularly in Telangana. Fast history is that. Razakar movement, despotic rule of Nizam, and earlier, except Kakatiya dynasty, it was little good. Samaka, Saraka, and all others. The point I wanted to tell you, it is actually this topic. I am very happy, and these great speakers certainly they may certainly present the focus of this theme, and it may be help whoever is here. Certainly they will be benefited. I am very happy to be among great eminent personalities and with all of you. And thank you for inviting and introducing Vinta Pandey. Thank you, Nunda. And I request now Chandabaswamy Garu, Professor, he will present. Thank you.